Hello, and welcome to my 3-minute to win it video. I'm David Petesich, and I'm going to be talking to you about the variation in state spending for higher education. The research question I had in my research was, what is the variation in state spending for higher education? And I did this by considering two dependent variables. The first was appropriations per full-time equivalent student or per FTE. This takes the total number of full-time students and half the number of part-time students, divided by a state's total higher educational appropriations to get a ratio. This ratio represents a state's efforts in supporting higher education relative to the number of students enrolled. Secondly, my second dependent variable was appropriations per $1,000 in personal income. These two dependent variables were used to measure appropriations for higher education and see the importance of explanatory variables. I gathered data from several reliable secondary data sources, and I did two analyses. The first of which was a cross-section time series analysis with fixed effects for both state and year. The second one was an OLS regression with fixed effects. Fixed effects allowed me to estimate variation within states rather to compare differences between states. Here are some of the results from my research. When first looking at this, you'll see that when the dependent variables are the same, such as in models 1 and 3 and 2 and 4, that the results are very similar. However, there are some notable results from my research, particularly citizen ideology. As citizen ideology was measured from 0 to 100, with 100 being the most liberal and 0 being the most conservative. This shows that as a state's citizenry becomes more liberal or increases by 1, the state's appropriations actually decrease by 0.1% per FTE. Another notable finding was populations of 5 to 17-year-olds. Population of 5 to 17-year-olds was a proxy to determine future demand for public education. As you can see, this was very significant. However, college education age range, 18 to 24-year-old, was not significant at all. In conclusion, this study found that how higher educational appropriations are measured does make a difference. The study found that the method of regression does not play a big role, as does the dependent variable or the measurement of the appropriations. It found that most variables were statistically significant throughout the models, as long as the same dependent variable was used. Thank you for being a part of my 3-minute presentation, and I hope you have a great day.